Hello, hello, hello. Okay, as promised, as posted about an hour ago, I am going to do a collective love reading for the first wave of ascension. If you are not on the first wave ascension, that doesn't really make a difference because we are in a time of really sped up energy. So if this reading may not resonate for you, if you are not currently on the first wave, this could be what is coming up for you or coming into being within the next few days, few weeks, few months, sometime this year. Our different waves of ascension are not currently that far apart between the first and second wave. Hello, Deborah. Hello, John. I have to look at your teeny little faces. So I'm going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to get on here. Again, this is going to be a collective love reading for the first wave of ascension. I think most of you know if you're on the first wave of ascension. Okay, there's 6 people here, but for some reason I only see John and Deborah. But anyway, okay. I have no patience. I try to pretend I'm patient, but in honesty, I'm not patient. I'm not patient in love. I'm not patient in Facebook Lives. I'm really just not a patient person for the most part. Okay, we've got some people hopping on here. So, know this for sure. This reading is going to be a little bit choppy. I haven't figured out how to do the camera. I've never ever done a collective reading before. I've never done a tarot read or intuitive tarot read on a live before. The people that I have given readings to personally, it was done in a very different way. And what I would do is take a walk, go into meditation. I would pull some cards, but mostly what I did in that was going to be automatic writing. I would just write their reading down on paper and then send that to them after we discussed it. So this is going to be very new and very different for me. The reason that I'm doing this way today is a couple different reasons. One, I've started going live every week on Friday, and it has greatly helped me get over this whole shy camera going live thing. That's a huge thing for me. The last video I did, if you missed it, about the total eclipse of the heart and where we are energetically in the month of December, was the first video that I ever made where I didn't think I was going to have a nervous breakdown or a heart attack or something. I'm just being funny and exaggerating because I'm a Scorpio and that's a service that we offer, okay? I'm not actually even sure if I can... Okay, I'll turn this around in a second. Okay, we've got 11 people. I feel like that's enough people to start. So, I'm curious. Let me know how many fellow Scorpios out there. I know that I have a ton of Scorpio friends, and a ton of water sign friends in general. So I'm going to turn this around briefly. Again, the way I normally do this is going to be very different than the way I did it today. I normally pull the cards, go into meditation. I don't even talk to the other person until the reading is totally done. I've gone into my quiet space and done all of these things. So again, doing this completely opposite of the way I normally do, but it's really helping me to not be so shy and apprehensive about making videos and being live. So that's going to be very helpful to me. I know you guys trust me, but I had to kind of do this in the way that I'm used to doing it, and that is meditate on it and pull it and put it on the table first. What comes up is going to be a surprise to me as it is to you. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around just for a second here so I can show you my lovely office table spread. Okay. And then hopefully I can get it to turn back around. Okay. This is the House of the Crystal Skulls. Don't mind me. Okay. And this is my little setup for camera. It's ridiculous, but it works. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, and it looks like I lost my pen. Oh, we're going to improvise. I guess I'll use my lipstick. Okay, so this very first row here is what we're thinking about, what is on our mind. This is what is to come. And this last row is going to be how that comes into fruition for us. And this over here, I was just prompted to pull additional cards for that. Okay, so now that you guys have seen my lovely office, I'm going to turn this back around and we're going to get started. Okay. Sorry, I know. I will figure this out next time because I hate watching anyone that has a disorganized. Wow, that was crazy. So I just turned this off. I'm not a fan of disorganized videos, so I apologize to myself and to all of you guys for my lack of. I really felt like it would be a fun thing to do. And as you know, I've talked about before, I very much believe in working together as this group, all of us. Unity consciousness is not going to happen if it's you over there, me over here. So I have talked about this before, doing things that help the group as a whole. And this is one thing that I think helps the group as a whole. So in our own thoughts, what we're currently experiencing right now, and the first thing that comes up here is, and hopefully I can get this, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, the Two of Cups is all about divine partnership, about coming together. It's about, it also speaks to mission to me, because mission is binary. Two people, right? It doesn't always start out that way. We do have to get ourselves in alignment with our lives and get ourselves on our own personal track and our own personal alignment. But that does end up being a mission with another person. It leads to that. So the Two of Cups is all about the emotion of being in love. It's about new romance. It's about having the strength to be in a partnership that is of the highest calling for you. So again, first row, our thoughts, how we feel around the situation of divine love. Second card here is the Magician. And the Magician has the symbol of infinity over his head. We very much know that affinity is very much part of this divine partnership, this magnetism, the electric component working with the magnetic component of male and female. So again, the Magician working together, both polarities, both energetic of the masculine and the feminine coming together. But separately, we both have the tools. This card on his table, he has a sword, a wand, a cup, and a pentacle, representing that he has every tool that he needs in his current toolbox. So on this first wave, being this first wave of ascension here, we all have the tools that we need to bring to fruition all that we are manifesting. And the Magician is all about manifesting what we desire, what we signed up for. There's something that I think is hugely important. And everybody that I know through this platform and through other platforms is very insistent, regardless of whether they label it a twin flame, divine partnership, soulmate. They're very insistent, and they know they came here for a specific reason, and divine love was part of that reason. The next card we have in our own thoughts here, if I can get it off the table. I'm making a mess. Okay. Is the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is all about the material realm. Pentacles is not rainbows and unicorns. It's not being out in the sixth dimension. It's about solidifying things in the earthly realm, bringing this divine love into the third dimension, because it always starts in the higher dimensions or outer dimensions, however you want to look at that first. So with the Queen of Pentacles, we are bringing into fruition, or Pentacles representing the earth and earthly manifestations. We are bringing earthly manifestations into our physical reality. That's beautiful. The Queen of Pentacles also is holding this pentacle very close to her sacral chakra. And why would she be doing that? Because it is so hugely important for us to know our own self-worth. The Queen of Pentacles is the queen of knowing our self-worth. That's why we're holding that pentacle in our midsection. So yeah, that just very much speaks to being on your throne, being in alignment with the four elements, being divinely guided and divinely aligned in your life. And again, holding that pentacle or that earthly manifestation in our physical realm, within our manifestation abilities, within our abilities to create and co-create within ourselves, and most importantly, to know our self-worth. So that was our thoughts on the situation. I was pretty amazed at the cards that ended up on the table, especially for my first group reading ever. Amazing. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Wands is all about movement, and it's all about communication. So the Eight of Wands is a lot of wands. It's a lot of communication. There are a lot of us that either, most of us have not met this person in the physical. And so it's kind of been just this electronic communication back and forth. But the Eight of Wands speaks right now in this moment, in this time of the eclipse, about incoming imperative communication. The other person kind of setting the record straight, or being in alignment with how they truly feel, and not holding it inside to themselves anymore, but communication about that. The Eight of Wands also very much speaks of long distance travel. Some of you may have a love or partnership person coming into being. They may be overseas. They may be thousands of miles from you. But again, Eight of Wands. And this is in the row of what's to come. So Eight of Wands is all about incoming communication, the expression. I'm going to tell you now how I really feel about you, or how I really feel about the situation. They feel the need to express that to you. And again, we're talking about travel being involved here. And it could be physically getting on a plane or getting in a car and traveling, but it also could be about your thoughts going in a new direction. That can also be seen as your thoughts traveling into a new direction. Okay. I have issues getting the cards off the table. Does that mean we have issues getting this love up off the ground and running? I'm not sure. I'm a Scorpio. I've got to make jokes about everything. And so many of my videos are so damn serious anyway. Okay, I just thought this would be a fun thing to do today. Okay, next up, there we go. If you had a chance, I can't really tell with my lighting in here. Sorry, this is so rude. I'm going to turn the light on. Shed some light on it. Why don't you shed some light on it? Okay, we've got light on now. Okay. We've seen this card before. It's the Lovers. The Lovers is about romantic connections. A lot of times it's about things that have happened in the past, not only this lifetime, but in cycles. You have started within the last couple years, and really specifically within the last 6 months, started to run into people that that you know are familiar, that you know you've ran into from a past life, even if you don't have a recollection of that. So the Lovers is about this romantic connection. Does that mean it's a good connection? Not necessarily. A lot of people take on a lover, and they shouldn't take on that lover, but they do. And the Lovers card has a very big mountain in the background, and that tells you something. This journey of love and divine partnership, it is a journey. That mountain in the back of those lovers, that mountain represents our ascension. Our ascension is a mountain. And it's not about getting to the top or who gets to the top first. It's all about the energy and the attitude and the joy of our expression while we're making that climb. So the Lovers card talks about choices. It talks about what you want as far as divine partnership. It also speaks to a lot in my mind. When I see the Lovers card, I think of karma. Okay, there's a lot of people in karmic relationships. I've had a lot of karmic relationships. The last one I had was more about karma than it was actually about love, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what that did for me. That put me in a great alignment after I saw everything that I didn't want, what I did want, what I did need, and what I worked towards manifesting completely and totally changed. When you experience all the things that you don't want, you start to come into, wow, this is exactly what I want, and this is exactly what I need. So the Lovers card really is 50% about love, okay? That could be a new love. It could be a karmic thing that you are stuck or feel trapped in. But the Lovers card, more than being about lovers, is about choices, about making the decision. Does this karmic situation work for me anymore? Okay. And so there's a big part of this first wave that has to make that decision. How much longer? And if you don't know what karmic relationship even is, I doubt that's the case with everybody on the first wave. But basically, a karmic situation is here that's something to teach you karma. Okay. And when we think about karma, we think about the bad things we have done in the past or past lives, or maybe the bad things people have done to us, okay? But we got to get out of the victim mentality here. And the biggest reason we have to step out of that is because karma is not just about negative things that has happened. It's also about the joy and the love and the gratitude and all the things that we've given out. If we've given, if we're always giving at a 10 and someone else is giving at a 3, well, guess what? That joy, that love, and that expansion of all that giving you've done, it's now at the time where it's coming back to you. And I'm really starting to experience that now myself. And it's amazing. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of communication into so many relationships. And though that may not have come back through that particular person, it's coming back through the new relationships. And that love is also, and that communication is also coming back through all of you guys. And that's the reason I wanted to do this for you guys. Okay, so just to recap in this second row about what we're coming towards is the Eight of Wands. It's communication, lovers. What am I going to do? What are my choices? How am I going to step out of this karma and create the new? And then the next card that we have here is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups has it all. It has the family, it has the joy, it has the togetherness. Every cup is full, every cup runs overflowing. And this is not just about romantic love, because if you look at this from the godly perspective, or the perspective of source and ascension and the reason for ascension, it's not just to be in a loving relationship. Being in a loving relationship, honestly, is just the icing on the cake. The loving relationship, the back and forth of the magnetic and electric energy feeding each other, inspiring each other. What that leads to and what that really is an ascension partner. This person is here to speed up your ascension process. They are not only to speed it up, they are to inspire it. They are to help you create it. If you haven't noticed, when you get into a positive feedback conversation with someone, even if you're talking just hypothetically about what you'd like to create, or hypothetically planning a vacation, whatever you're talking about, you'll notice as you're on the phone and after you get off the phone, those things will start popping into your reality. Again, the Ten of Cups is the perfect person to be your guide, your teacher, and the person that loves you for exactly who you are at the core of your being. A lot of people have loved me. A lot of people have loved you. But we're looking for a love here that is transformative. We're looking for a love specifically that aids us on our ascension path. And the Ten of Cups is all about that. Okay. So then we have next, what is to come? All right. The first thing we have here on the what is to come card is the sun. The sun is the giver of all life. Everything comes into fruition. Our vitamin D, our plants, our trees, nothing on this planet would survive without the sun. And in this sun picture, they have it all. I want to call this a unicorn. I don't see a horn, but it's my creation, so I'll make that a unicorn. So this person is just saying, I'm completely open. I'm coming to a new light. I am liquid light. I am liquid, ever-flowing love, and everything that I aspire to be within my own heart is shown upon by the star, by the sun, by the illumination of what we came to create and how we came to change this world as the healers, as the creators, as the protectors of planet Earth and this universe. So in the Fool's journey, the Fool starts out as 0 and works his way up to the sun. And the sun, again, it's all about illumination and seeing the joy in everything. It can be difficult when we have lessons and we go through hard things to feel illuminated, or to feel like the process can feel less than beautiful. Let's say that at a minimum. Okay. Some of this is grueling, but again, we come back to feeling that inner liquid light, being the sun, being the light of our surroundings, and bringing to fruition everything in a very, very open way. The next card we have here is the Nine of Cups. Cups, again, is love. It's also represented by water. A lot of you, there's many, many cups here. So a lot of you could be like me. You could be water signs. Or you could be working with a partner that is specifically a water sign. So the Nine of Cups is all about the guy that's just like, you know what? I don't need to worry about partnership anymore. He's just sitting on the bench with his arms folded with all these chalices that are full behind him. He knows it's coming, and because he knows it's coming, he's already in the energy of it. And once we get in the energy of it, we are in alignment with it. And if we basically, I mean, you guys know this, if we are in the energy and alignment of it, and we feel that, that's what pulls it into alignment. And that's exactly what this card speaks to. Also, there's nothing below his feet. There's nothing above his head. So he has the cups. He has 9 of them. He's almost to the wish fulfillment card, which we already had. But there's no distraction. He knows what is his divine birthright and what is her divine birthright is coming. And so there's just the distractions have been eliminated when we get to this point. Okay? All right. I cracked myself up. The next card we have is the 3 of Swords. Swords, the suit of Swords represents our thoughts. So we moved out of the cups, which are our feelings and our emotions, and into the swords here. These are the 4 extra cards that I pulled. And the swords are all about our thoughts. And our thoughts right now revolve around heartbreak and letting go. Okay? The sword is a sharp thing. At any time you decide to use that as a knife and cut yourself free from that situation, you can do that. That is a choice. Another card of choice. Also, if you didn't watch the last video I did about the eclipse, this again just brings me back to total eclipse of the heart. And this is a love reading, but it's not also, it's not only about love. If you are in a partnership, karmic partnership or any kind of partnership that is not working for you at the highest level, you know what you have to do. There's nothing I can say to you to get you to that point. You have to do that yourself. This also talks about third parties, okay? So the 3 of Swords is about our thoughts revolving around a third party. For some of you, that could be that your person or your partner is in a relationship, a karmic relationship, or in some other kind of 3D relationship that's not beneficial to them. However, it's not specific only to that, because the 3 of Swords can also talk about you're in this place of creating divine love, but you're attached to a work situation, which can also be viewed as a third party. Anything that is a distraction from your life path, from your life alignment, and from divine true love can be seen as a third party. So that, again, that could be your work, that could be your diet, that could be your lack of physical exercise. But we really got to get into alignment of what we want. The next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Another card that talks about karma. It's like karma, karma, karma times 3. Wheel of Fortune talks about karma, things that have happened. So karmic cycles again, but also karmic cycles from the last 26,000 year cycle, and our own personal alignment or realization that we don't have to continue to carry that karma. The Wheel of Fortune is all about things turning upside down. I posted a lot a couple days ago about this end up. It's like you see a box that says this end up, meaning that this end of the box goes up, right? We all know that. But then as I was typing it, I was like, hashtag this end up, like, how is this going to end up? And I thought that was such a play on words. Thank you to the very small amount of people that actually got that post. So Wheel of Fortune talks about, again, we put all these wonderful energies and joys and things and communications out in the past. They're all starting to come back to us now. In the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about a situation turning around, things becoming clear, and coming into fruition. Okay, the next card we have is the Queen of Cups. And this can be a person in your life. She would be a water sign, like this could be me. I could be helpful in this way to you. This is, since this divine partnership is really mostly about ascension more than anything else, the Queen of Cups could be your higher self or your multi-dimensional self speaking through you, saying, okay, we've got to go with the flow. We know what's coming. We know what's important. Be the queen of flow. Be the queen of self-love and all these other things that we need to be to manifest what it is we truly desire to manifest. Okay, and then the last card I pulled was the Chariot. And if you guys are familiar with tarot, some of these things may seem off topic to you. I have been studying tarot. I have been watching how other people do things, how other people interpret things. But to me, in an academic way, it's always more important for me to flow with my intuition and what my multidimensional self is saying to me overrides the basic meaning of the card. So the Chariot to me, put that back up there for a second. It's about polarity. It's about who is going to drive this relationship, who is going to drive this alignment. Okay, we have the masculine and we have the feminine. Masculine is very much about making a plan and taking action and bringing things physically into manifestation in the earthly realms. The feminine is very much about intuition. It's very much about receptibility. It's very much about multidimensionality. So you can see that is a very polar opposite. And what the Chariot asks us to do personally with our person and also individually as the self, first and foremost, is to be in alignment with our divine feminine and our divine masculine. I've talked about this a lot, but if we're sitting around receiving poetry or song lyrics or extraterrestrial information, whatever it is for you, we're all very different. And you're not putting it out there, you're not planning, you're not taking action with it. You're sitting in that feminine receptive mode all the time, and you need to do something, create something, plan something, take action with something. So the masculine is the planning, is the action. Okay. And so this is about balance. This is about this situation coming to fruition and coming forward into your life. The Chariot is all about, where am I going to drive my light body? How am I going to steer my life? In what alignment or what direction am I going to go in? So, the Chariot talks about this to me also. I talked about this briefly a couple days ago. Divine feminine, divine masculine. We are actually being asked right now to do a polar opposite. And I'll tell you why. Divine feminine, for a lot of different reasons, has become very independent. In a masculine way, very independent. I can do it myself. I don't need you. I can create for myself. I have my own money. I don't need you to pay my way. I don't need you to take care of me. Okay, we need to get that in balance for real. Seriously. And the other thing is, we have a divine masculine who's sitting in the fact that he is extremely wounded. He's making some very difficult decisions, and a lot of those difficult situations I'm being shown right now have to do specifically with his parents, what he saw with his parents, how his parents treated each other, and a lot of wounding. So in steering our new direction and steering the Chariot, our life, our light body, our direction, our alignment, we have to realize that the male and female both are sitting in a place at the moment where we have some serious abandonment issues. And I could probably make a whole video about this because it is It's my biggest challenge, my biggest obstacle in ascension at the moment is to not feel triggered with abandonment. Okay, so know that the divine feminine is kind of sitting in this independent, I can do it, I don't need a man. The man is sitting in this wounded place. A man, it doesn't matter, man, someone in the masculine energy, your divine masculine partnership, your divine masculine partner out there is not going to come forward while you're sitting in a place of, I got this, I can do all of it myself. And trust me, I know, because I was in that mode for a very, very long time. Divine feminine, we need to soften it up a little bit, okay? There is a place and a need and a desire for this ascension partner, okay? And to get us to that, we need to soften up our independent thing. A lot of us going through this, and a lot of us on the first wave are between 40 and 65. Specifically, most of us are really between, the majority of us are between 50 and 58. So you can see where this would be a challenge. Some of us are married right now. Some of us have been married once or twice, okay? Again, I'll say it one last time because it's so important. Women, don't be so independent and so full speed ahead. I have to be in charge and in control of everything, that you don't make space for this divine masculine. Because the divine masculine is going through massive childhood wounds of seeing dysfunctional relationships, what he didn't get when he needed it. And so if he sees that there is no space to fill in your life, that there is no desire or need for you, he's not going to step up and offer you anything. So there you go. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm sure I'll be doing it again because I like, I need the practice of being on camera. This helps, like I said, being on camera every week has done great things for me as far as being less nervous. Also, I think it's a great way to help you. And I will say, initially, I was watching readings again because I'm studying how other people do things, other people's perspectives. Now, I will tell you, when I started seeing initially that there were group readings, like group readings for a Scorpio or group readings for soulmates or whatever group reading, I thought, well, how is that going to pertain to 10,000 people or 500,000 people or whatever? And then I watched a couple of them and I was like, oh my God, wow, this is amazing. Now, it's funny that I would have discouragement internally within myself when I do videos about the energy and what that means for our waves. So I believe that the energy and information is all there, is all helpful in parts and pieces to what resonates with what we're currently going through. And we're all currently going through things in stages. So we greatly assist each other. So I realized in that, wow, Tina, you've been really wrong about this for a very, very long time. If I can get in front of the camera and say, here's our energy for December for the whole first wave, then definitely what pertains to us and our divine partnerships and in our divine alignment also can resonate for a group of people. And there are many of you that I talk to on a regular or semi-regular basis. So I know we're going through this. In the 50 personal readings I've done, again, all going through this same exact thing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to share. I will be doing this again. I think it was a lot of fun. And just kind of focusing on something different than just information and what I'm going through personally. And oh, there is one more thing that does want to come through here. False twin. Thinking someone is your twin or thinking someone is your soulmate and then getting really bent out of shape about it. Being really hard on yourself about it. This is not necessary, and I'm going to tell you why. You'll meet someone, you'll think that person is your partner or is your love interest for that lifetime. And that person will come with a set of lessons. And anytime something doesn't work, we feel heartbreak, right? Of course. But what happens? We move on. Excuse me. We move on to something that's more in alignment. And then this may happen. This will happen. It's part of the ascension journey for this to happen. You won't say, you know what, that person over there, that's my soulmate. Bam, there it is, forever, happily ever after. Unless you're, I would say, older in age or really much more in fine-tune alignment with your multidimensional higher selves, etc. You're going to go through this process several times. And if you beat yourself up about it, really you're just slowing down the process of something else coming in. So that's an important thing to know. Don't judge yourself or other people for saying, oh, I thought this person was the person I was supposed to have a relationship or partnership with, but I didn't realize. Again, it's a process and it's a part of ascension because we get closer and closer and closer to divine alignment. What we came here to do, who we came here to be, and all of that is coming to fruition. It's very, very beautiful. So again, whatever has happened, what other people say about their past relationships, whatever you've gone through in your past relationships, know that there are a multitude of lessons along the way. We learn these lessons. Those lessons, we don't want to try to stop those lessons because that is specifically what pulls us into alignment with our mission and with divine true love. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll do it again soon. All right. Bye.